was crazy. It was like I've never experienced like that before, being picked up by the crowd and going around the venue. I appreciate the ballroom, the pro fans in the ballroom, because they have had my back for a very long time. Fortunate enough to be able to train with Natty and TJ every time I go to America. Both helped change my career.
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. This week, I'm joined by a very special guest. It's the winner of Super Strong Style 16 2025, man like Dereiss. Dereiss, thank you for coming on the podcast. Welcome. I mean, how have you been? It feels like it must be like the last few weeks have just been like a whirlwind for you.
Yeah, these past couple of weeks have been crazy. It's just been back and forth here and there, wrestling the wicked wrestlers all over the world. It's been like one of the highlights of my career for sure, this past few weeks in general.
I was going to say, like, we always sort of start the podcast by asking our like guests how the last sort of 12 months has been in general. Would it be fair to say that this has been the best year of your career, the last 12 months?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Easily. Like I feel each year, like the past 3 years or so, I've had to try to top the year before, and I feel like I've just been doing it with better matches, better opponents, better opportunities, and then this year's been the best one so far.
Yeah, I mean, is there like almost like a catalyst for that in terms of, it seems like you were growing, like you say, year on year, getting better, having bigger matches, getting more places, but it feels like the last year, it's really shot up. Like the incline has been huge. Like, is there a thing like a match or a moment you can pinpoint as like, this is the moment things started to like skyrocket a bit?
Possibly doing a stinkface at GCW last year, maybe. But I feel like that came from me trying to wrestle as many shows as possible in Mania Week in Philadelphia, and I was like, I need to do as many shows as possible. And then from that, something came of something. And then I guess I would say, yeah, maybe that Mania Week as a whole, but maybe that stinkface spot in particular. But I just wouldn't know it.
That did go a little viral. I mean, talk to me about that. Like, what was the thinking behind doing? Oh, let's do this spot. Like, why then? Why was Viva Van the right like opponent for it? Like, why that moment in particular was like?
I wasn't going to be in the match at all. So yeah, this is the whole story behind this, which I've never told anyone. So I guess it's a Grapple Theory exclusive. I should have saved it for my vlog, but it's fine.
It's fine. You can do it for that as well.
So I was meant to be. I said Joe Janela said I could be in it, and then but I also had to be in. I wanted to go to WrestleMania. So I went to Mania, and then by that time the show had, like, I hadn't spoke to him, so he thought that I wasn't meant to. I didn't want to be in it anymore. So basically, long story short, I wasn't in this Clusterf anymore. But I was with Alley Cat, and she was meant to be in it, and she had so many spots to be in it. She was meant to be in it for ages, and we was all gridded in. We couldn't get out of WrestleMania, and she had a car at Mania, so she had to stay there until everyone had gone out. But I was like, nah, I need to at least try and get to this venue. So I went with the Wrestletours bus. So I got back to the Wrestletours hotel, had a shower, arrived at the venue halfway through the clusterfuck. And then I see Joe Janela, and he was like, I don't think you'll be in it anymore. Like, it's too late. Dre was halfway through it. I was like, this tablet keeps falling over. But then I was like, damn. But then I was like, well, but Ali's meant to be in it. She definitely can't be here. I did. I said that to Carl Radrick, and I saw the panic in his face when he found out that Ali wasn't going to be there. So then I spoke to Brett, and Brett was like, all right, you're in it now. So then honestly, it was that the next 10-15 minutes was a complete whirlwind. And then it just happened. Things just happened, and Viva Van was just there at the right time, but she also happened to be the perfect person for that. Fuego, obviously, I've watched Fuego with GCW before, so the whole thing happened purely from chance. Like that's why it's more special. I think so special.
Yeah, that is mad. That's crazy. That's like, first of all, it's a crazy story, but again, it's like we've spoken to so many wrestlers who are like, maybe like, my moment in like this moment in my career wouldn't have happened if it weren't for all these other things coming into place at the right time, just randomly. And it's crazy how wrestling can work like that. Just how like one moment, one thing changing can like change your career trajectory like entirely.
Yeah, so yeah, big up Annika.
We're getting stuck in. You guys have a very wholesome friendship as well. I gotta say, I love that. It's so like almost unexpected. It's just like a pairing that I would never like think of generally in terms of like a friendship. But you guys are like super tight, and I love it. It's like super wholesome.
Yeah, she's the best. She's helped me out loads, especially when I first started trying to branch out into America. She'd always be one of the first people to message like, who's running this weekend? Who are these guys like?
I love that. I feel like Ali really doesn't get her flowers in the scene. I feel like she does so much, like not just in the ring, but like outside the ring to help people come through, and she just really doesn't get to the appreciation for that sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, she's great. I'll use this as a big up Ali Cat. But yeah. Ali Cat, man, you're such now that me.
She doesn't like you. You gotta get it right. Gotta get it right.
Yeah, big up Ali Cat. She get me.
Love it. I love it. But again, that's amazing that like it comes on that trajectory and like it leads you to sort of like where you are now, because it's the sort of thing where, again, speaking to people about it before, it's like the sort of thing where people can like know you from then that moment, but then they check out your work and they're like, oh, this guy can actually go. It's not just like one comedy spot that like has got you viral. It's like that moment gets people talking, and then they check you out and they're like, oh, this guy's like got it.
Yeah, for sure. I love comedy wrestling in general. Like, I feel like comedy wrestlers don't get. I need to sort this out. I don't think comedy wrestlers get appreciated as much as they should do, because I find it very entertaining. But also I find it, you get put into a box if you do too much comedy wrestling, that you only can do comedy wrestling. But I just like wrestling in general. So I like comedy wrestling, I like high flying wrestling. So I just want to do as many variations of wrestling as possible and be good at it. So that's what I'm aspiring to do.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. I think you're totally right. Like, I think that a comedy wrestler can get pigeonholed, get put in a box, and like you have that moment where like maybe people are like, oh, like they're just a comedy wrestler, but that's really not the case. If you look at like so many comedy wrestlers, they can go in the ring as well. It's just like if they prefer comedy wrestling, that's their choice, right? Like that's what they want to do.
Well, I think comedy wrestling is so like it's an art, because it's just like stand-up comedy. Like it's not easy to go and with the intention to make people laugh. And jumping off the top of a big stack of whatever, doing a flip, of course people are going to react to that. Because it's crazy. Well, actually try to make people laugh, and if they don't laugh, even.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? And that's why, like, so we're going to talk about strong style in a sec, but that's why someone like yourself can go from having 3 incredible matches across strong style weekend to the next week playing Lysander in Midsummer.
Yeah.
And that's cool, right? That's like cool that you can do all of that stuff, right? You get the whole range of things that you can be doing in wrestling, which is just so much fun.
Yeah, I think versatility is very important in any sport or any business, being able to do more than one thing. So that's what I try and pride myself to be able to learn how to do different avenues of wrestling, like I said, like such as comedy, high flying, technical, stuff like that. I want to be able to, like FIFA, when you've got like all your stats, I want it to be as rounded as possible.
I think you are genuinely, like, I think you really can like do it all. And I think you've shown that, especially over the last like year or two, that you can do all of that, which I think is like incredible. And it's such a strong position to be in, where you can have any sort of match depending on what the promoter wants at the time.
Yeah, I think that's benefited me also from the Lyrical Dragon tour and wrestling so many shows as possible. Like I always want to have a spot on the card. So if I needed to do this thing today, then I want to be able to do that to the best I can do. Because then next week I might have to do this, or maybe this promotion wants me to be different to this promotion. So I want to be able to still want to wrestle, and I don't want to feel like, he won't be able to do this. So yeah, I always have to try and do what I'm needed to do to the best of my ability.
No, I love that. And that's brilliant. Like, is that Bardcore show the craziest show you've done? Like, in terms of just how random and weird it was? Or like...
I've done a lot of crazy shows.
I was going to say, you've been in like the Clusterf and stuff like that as well. And that was crazy. Like, but this seems like a whole different crazy.
This is like its own thing, I think. Like, I've never been in anything like it. So I feel like you can put Bardcore in its own niche area, because it's a combination of both wrestling and theatre, and I don't really know too much about theatre, but hopefully there's more and more shows, so I end up becoming good at theatre, and I could do a theatre show. I don't know.
Mate, yes, that would be great. I've said to a few people on the podcast here that what we'd really want is like a wrestling resurgence. If you're watching this, we can get it done. We really want like a wrestling like nativity scene for like Christmas.
Yeah,
and I think that would be crazy.
The balls are rolling now. So
resurgence, if you're watching this, you can get that done. Christmas show, be lovely. It'd be magical.
It would absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, we've got to talk about Strong Style. We've got to talk about Strong Style Weekend because, again, congratulations. I mean, before we go back to the beginning, like that moment where you win it and the crowd goes nuts and they're carrying you around the ballroom. What's going through your mind in that moment?
I'm thinking, what's going on? It's like it was crazy. It was like I've never experienced like that before, being picked up by the crowd and going around the venue. It was quite a surreal experience. It was just so exciting. It was like it's almost a little bit embarrassing. It's like you doing all this for me? What are you doing? That's what no, it was really, really cool. I appreciate the ballroom, the pro fans in the ballroom, because they have had my back for a very long time. I can't remember exactly when I first wrestled there, but I think it was maybe the start of 2021, maybe. Just after lockdown, and it was like a new era of progress. Different wrestlers, different like new stories. And it was hoping that they'd take to us like the previous generation before the pandemic. So it's taken a long time to like show them this is what I've been, this is what I can do, this is who I am. But yeah, they've had my back for a very long time. So it's good to finally see me be able to repay them and not like let them down again and just keep losing.
I was going to say you were having that though. That was the story, wasn't it? It's sort of like you'd always been like the nearly guy there, you know, like just couldn't quite get over the line. And it felt like this year in Strong Style was your year to prove that, like, I can do it, I can get over the line, I can finish this.
Yeah, I think I don't know if there's stats already. Would have thought there will be stats. I don't know if anyone's worked out the stats, but I have lost so many title matches and so many matches that meant something. And it's getting to a point now where every time we go to the merch table, they're like, when's it gonna happen? What's happening? And then I was like, oh no, trust me. Soon. We've got to keep working, we've got to keep crafting. And we'll eventually be able to get there. So I keep believing in yourself.
Yeah. And talk to me about that match with Leon then in the final, because again, to share that with him, you guys had some incredible matches together, incredible matches against each other as well. Like, I'm sure it must have meant a lot to you to not just win it, but to share that moment with him as well.
Yeah, Leon's great, unbelievably professional wrestler. Like, he's so good at what he does. Obviously, we've got a lot of history together since we've been tagging with Boisterous Behavior. We've traveled the world together. We've been like Italy, all over America, Ireland, like all over Europe. So I know him really, really well. So it's great to be able to experience these moments together, because like even though all the attention was on Michael won, like Leo Flair still was in that match for 30 minutes and still was there when everything was thrown over onto us. So he experienced it as well. And yeah, I think like people don't realize how much we all travel together and like we room together. So like we talk about just random stuff all the time. So yeah, we know each other really, really well. So it's great to experience it with him.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like incredible, like you say, to like have that bond. And like, because again, I think people sometimes don't realize like the actual bonds that you create in wrestling, and like that no matter who wins those matches, you're all just so happy to be there with each other, for each other in those moments.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and Leon have wrestled loads of times now, and sometimes it goes his way, sometimes it goes my way. So it's like I feel like we just push each other to be at the top of each other's game, because like I haven't asked Leon actually, well I presume he was, but I was absolutely exhausted going into that match. Like I've never felt anything like it, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through another match. But you just have to dig deep. You got to push. Can't. Well, he's never gonna quit. So he does have to make yourself do it, I guess.
It's the meal deals, right? They give you the energy.
I need to start with the meal deals. But yeah, I had a great meal deal the other day. I didn't take a photo. I forgot to take a photo. But it was
See, you say it's the Viva van moment that got you over. I think it's the meal deals that got you over. I think it's like I think it's that started it. You started doing that.
I don't know how that started. It was some to Jack Knudsen. I can't remember what exactly. No, it's Jack Knudsen. I think he came to a show with the worst meal deal ever. And I always sent me a photo. Well, I know Jack Knudsen had a terrible meal deal. And I was like, this is horrendous. Let me buy a meal deal and I'll show you how much mine is better than yours. And then we did a poll on Twitter, which is better. And I absolutely obliterated him. And then I started rating other people's meal deals.
You did. And then Simon Miller, right, won the Meal Deal World Cup. And it just took off.
Yeah, dude, Simon Miller is another great person. Simon Miller is as well. I love him a lot. But even Simon Miller, though, he snores very loudly, like incredibly loudly.
Oh,
yeah. It's the top man. Who's the top man? I love him.
They're just no bunking together. That's it.
They have to push our bed really far apart. But I do really love Ruben with him. He's a great guy. We had last time we was in Chicago. And it was my first time in Chicago, so I was like, I need to get a Chicago town pizza, deep dish, obviously. So I ordered a medium pizza. All right, so I was expecting a medium pizza, but I promise you, it was like a triple XL, the biggest pizza I've ever had in my life. It took me like 4 days to eat it. I took it on the flight from Chicago back to Orlando, where I was staying. And then I couldn't eat it myself, so Rockstar Spud's dad had to help me eat the pizza over like the course of 3 days. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating. It's massive.
That is incredible. I mean, that's the thing about America, though, isn't it? Is like you look at the food there and you're like, what is happening? Like, even just like in supermarkets and stuff, everything is huge. And you're like, what is this? Like, what are they doing to their food that it's like this?
No, it was a medium pizza and it was not medium.
Insane. Well, I mean, I think you bringing up Simon there and his snoring is a great way to segue into this little feature we have here on the podcast. I hope you're going to enjoy. This is called Dishing the Dirt. And I'm going to ask you some questions. And I want you to let me know which member of the locker room you think best associates with each thing.
But in the independent tour?
Yeah, in the indies, yeah. But like any indies, be like, you know, wherever you wrestle in like in the UK, in America, wherever you've wrestled, basically.
Okay, cool.
All right. So first one is who's always running late?
That one might have to be me. Well, you know what? I have to give that one to Dan Maloney as well. It can't be me. It's got to be Dan Maloney. We're just as bad as each other.
I was going to say, I'm glad you said you, though, because most other people that have been on a show with you say you.
Really? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're a busy guy, and they get it. They defend you greatly. They're like, oh, no, he's really good. Like, they totally understand, but it's like, he is always late. Brilliant. The next one is, this is a good one. Like you mentioned, with traveling with people together. It's a good one for that. Who has the worst music taste?
The worst music taste? Oh. I'm not sure, because I'll be honest, when I'm driving, it's usually me. He's choosing the songs.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's got a good taste. He always puts on dead tunes, and I'm like, no, you're not putting on music. Oh, Millie McKenzie, man. She's got a great music taste, but also she got a terrible one at the same time. We once made a playlist together, me, her, and Amari, and we would always know when it was Millie's song. So yeah, sorry, Millie.
I feel like Millie's dancing gives that away, the sort of the fact it's just all over. You just never know where it's going.
Yeah. Her moves, her crazy moves.
They are crazy. They are the craziest moves in Brit Wres, undoubtedly. Like, I've never seen anyone dance like that.
Neither have I. I don't think anyone has.
Limbs everywhere. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. The next one is my favorite on the list by far. Is who in any locker room would you absolutely, under no circumstances, let a family member date?
Oh, who's the best guy? Just a nice Will Cruz, big Will Cruz.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, that you wouldn't, or you would?
Oh, is it I would or would not?
No, it wouldn't.
Okay. So if it's a would, it would be Will Cruz. Nice guy. Wouldn't. Wouldn't. Oh my gosh. No, wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, there's got to be someone like all families together for something, and someone walks in with like this person on their arm, and you're like, no, that's not happening.
I'm trying to think who's the other. I don't know. I don't know who to say about it being I dig. I don't, you know. But you know what? I do have one person, but I can't say that without it. That's what I'm trying to think of. Who's number 2?
Who's the next worst? Oh, that's fair. I mean, like, generally what we hear people say is like, you shouldn't date a wrestler, is like the general.
Yeah, any wrestler in general is terrible. No, I feel like there's someone on my head that I should know.
It can be like for a good reason. We've had people be like, oh, like they've said like a certain person because like they're too close and it would be weird. But like,
yeah, I did think of like Amari, Dan Leon, but that's also a boring answer. You know what, Kid Like Us. Yeah, Kid Like Us, man.
Yeah. Why?
I feel like, nah, you know what, dude, you're trying to get me in trouble. I'll say Kid Like Us. I'll just say Kid Like Us because he gets too many girls.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like, yeah, he's a lovely guy, but like that's the thing. I get that. I don't know if we've had Lycos said for that reason, but we've had a couple of other people said for that reason. Like he's too popular, so like there's no chance.
Yeah, no, that'll be my final answer.
Well, I like it. It's diplomatic. I like it. Yeah. The next one is outside the ring. Who has the worst dress sense?
Oh, it's got to be Millie McKenzie as well. I'm sorry, really, I love you so much, but yeah, but it's got some questionable choices of clothing.
I was gonna say, I feel like I trust you on that, just because, yeah, you're very stylish. I feel like you get that, but like,
sometimes she comes dressed in crazy combinations. Bless her.
Just all over the place, like the music face. It all matches.
Yeah, it does. It's like some baggy shorts and like some random top. Well, yeah, I feel live now because that's 2 on Millie.
Poor Millie. No, it's all right. I'm sure she'll be fine with it. I'm sure she'll be fine. The next one's the nicer end of that. It's so you get to a show and you've forgotten your gear and you need to run back to the locker room and borrow someone's gear. And we're talking though like one size fits all. You can pick whoever you want. Whose gear do you look at and you're like, I could pull that off?
How about Starboy Charlie's gear? You know,
that's like the dungarees.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's really cool.
I reckon you could pull that off. Yeah, that would be a good look.
Yeah, I think he's got a cool look that I like. So I had to borrow Michael Oku's boots once because I left mine at home. And this is when I went to wrestle Matt Cardona as well.
You wrestled Matt Cardona in Michael Oku's boots?
Yeah.
Mad. Oh my God.
Well, I remember driving to Liverpool and it just hit me. My boots aren't with me. Yeah, but now I don't forget my boots. But yeah, I wrestled all my matches that weekend in Michael Oku's boots.
Mental. That's mad. I love that. And you took it all in stride, nothing out of place. Beautiful. Are you guys, I assume you're like same foot size or something?
I think I might be a little bit bigger.
Oh,
we had to squeeze my feet into his shoes a little bit.
Oh man, that's even more impressive. That's incredible. That's brilliant. Oh, props to you for that. That's amazing. I was going to say you're not going to go out there like pick like a Nina Samuels gear or something.
Oh no, it's just not great in a gear, but I don't think I'd be able to rock it. You see?
No, it wouldn't look as good.
No, not at all. Who else got great gear? I think obviously Leon's got great gear. It's weird when you try and think of stuff, you forget every wrestler that's ever existed.
Yeah, you're like, who do I actually work?
Who do I work with?
You do, like, there is some great gear. Like, I feel like I was talking to someone about this recently where, like, both in the UK and America, it feels like since, like, post-pandemic, the gear game has just gone crazy. Like, everyone looks incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I think the gear makers have also stepped up as well. So, the standard of gear makers has been getting crazy. Yeah. So they're also competing with each other to have the best gear.
Yeah. That's an award that doesn't get appreciated enough, does it? Like,
yeah, very true.
Everyone's like, oh, you get great gear, but like someone made that, someone put the effort into that.
Yeah, for sure. But I just like Starboy Charlie's dungarees. So.
No, I love that. I think that's a great choice. I reckon you should do that one match. You should just come out of the dungarees. I think it'd be great.
If we tag, I might be back at GCW soon. So if we tag,
and he tagged us switch gear. That'd be
I used the Denim Dragon as well, so there was something that we could do there.
Yes, I love it. He comes out doing the 0121 rap.
Yeah.
And you come out in the dungarees. Great.
I'm playing the guitar.
Yeah. Love it. The next one is another important one. It's who would throw the best party in the locker room.
This is a good one. Obviously, the first person to think of is Session Raf Martina.
Of course.
She every show she's like, let's go out. I'm like, oh, I do want to go out, but I can't go out every show.
Too much.
Can't go out every show. Session Raf. Ali Catch, Effie, they have a great party. Who else is around?
We've had a couple of people say you. We've had a couple of people say you.
I think I've thought a crazy party. I'd love to do a crazy party, but I think these days I'm probably going to fall asleep a bit earlier now. Not the same as I once was.
Getting old
these days.
Getting old. You can only wrestle 4 matches in a weekend now, or even more over Mania weekend as well. Like you can only wrestle.
Janela as well. You'd have a crazy party.
Yeah. Joey would be a good shout as well. All of them together co-hosting a party would be insane. That would be mental.
Yeah, it would be a great party.
No, I love it. Well, the last one on the list I think is the most important because it's who would you choose to be your partner in the zombie apocalypse?
Ooh. In the zombie apocalypse, I need one partner.
Yeah. Only one.
Just one.
Depends what you want them for as well. It's like, is it someone you want to like sort of feed to the wolves kind of thing while you leg it, or is it someone you're going to actually fight side by side with?
No, I gotta fight side by side. Yeah, I feel like anything other than Leon Slater feels wrong. But Mike D. Leon's not available. The person I'm calling is Mike D.
Yeah, someone all the muscle in there.
Because yeah, man, that'd be a team. Well, I have to say Leon, my tag team partner, and also he's a crazy athlete as well.
Yeah, if he's busy though, if he's already paired up with Dan,
yeah, if busy, I might do. Like, what's up, bro? You good? I need you for a favor.
No, I love it. That's a good choice. Yeah, all the muscle. You want just taking out zombies left and right. Simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I love it. Well, before we wrap up, I just want to take back to Too Strong a Style as well, because there's a couple more things I want to ask about that, just because we got on the tangent of the Dish in the Dirt, because you mentioned Miller, but like, in terms of that whole weekend, like, it felt like once you were announced, you were the favorite, like amongst the fans. It felt like this was your moment. The fans felt this was your moment as well. When did you know you were going to be winning it? Like, when were you?
I'm allowed to discuss this on the Grapple Fury like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, other people have, but it's up to you. If you don't want to, then you don't have to.
Nah, I'll leave the magic for now.
No, that's fair. I mean, but like going into that weekend then in that case, like going into like knowing like you're going to have to do like 4 matches over that weekend.
I think, I go to these things I take things week by week, match by match, because I think that's the only way you can deal with it. Well, for me anyway, because if you look too far ahead, you might end up being complacent to what's right in front of you. And also, like I say, I was exhausted. But like when I train with Natty in the dungeon, she's always like, it doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you are jet lagged. It doesn't matter if you haven't eaten. There's people, there's fans out there who are ready to be entertained, basically. So you gotta give it your all. So I take that into every match. Started off with Ethan. That was a hard-hitting physical match. Then I had to wrestle Massa, who's also hard-hitting physical. But also I have to think about, I've also taken punishment from the match the day before. And then when the rest of Charlie Sterling, I'm just like in a video game, your health bar's just going down as the night goes on. By the time I wrestled Charlie Sterling, he was just taking superplexes, taking big bumps, hitting me and hit the steel chair. I got back and I was like, oh my gosh, down in water. That's why I probably looked so bloated in the final. But down in water backstage, so I'm at least hydrated because I'm starving. And then when I wrestled Leon, you just have to try and stay focused as possible. Like, we want this to be the most incredible match possible. You need to stay focused. Finally got here now, and I can focus on this match. Focus is a big part of how I go into wrestling. I like to stay in the zone. So yeah, I take it match by match, give it my all. And then at the end, when the final bell rang, and then me and Leon just lay down in that ring. Like, I'm not sure about him, but for me, I had to lie down then, because that, honestly, that felt like everything I had. That's having a finisher as a 450s after wrestling so many matches. It's not the easiest thing to do.
So, no, I was going to say, at that moment, are you both like, oh my God, I've won it, but also like, oh, thank fuck, that's over?
It's more like, thank fuck I got through it, rather than it's over.
Sure.
Because you're just thinking, you think the worst, like, I feel battered, what if I just have nothing left in me? But you always do, you're always able to push through because you care about it, and like, I think it's, like, I can't speak for everyone, but I think it's most people, like, how fan interaction really does give you that extra push, that extra bit of adrenaline. Like, that is generally real. I remember wrestling in the lockdown and nobody was there, and it was just completely different. It's hard to just have that extra edge. So when the crowd is chanting, whatever they're chanting, Bush Behavior, 0121, Dries on Fire, it all definitely really, really helps.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. And you mentioned like working with Natty there as well in the dungeon. Like, that's a bucket list experience. And we talk about shows that people want to be on, like promotions people want to wrestle for, but I feel like wrestling in the dungeon is like a bucket list for any wrestler. Like,
yeah, I'm very lucky because I'm fortunate enough to be able to train with Natty and TJ every time I go to America. So they've both helped me learn so many things about wrestling and look at things in different ways. And training in that heat in Orlando, well, it's in Tampa, but just in Florida, the heat in general, just pushing through, not giving up, really digging deep, fighting for your life. I feel like that's improved me as a wrestler, like 100 times over the past year. Well, it's been about 2 years now since I've been training there, and I feel like they've both helped change my career. Like Natty also gives me like great advice and feedback and stuff, which everyone doesn't know about really. I spoke to her right before Strong Style as well. Like, really, really hoping for a big weekend, and then she was just like, yeah, you've got it and everything. But also Rockstar Spud as well. So when I'm in Orlando, Florida, he helps me out a lot, especially like looking at things in different ways, because he's got a great mind for wrestling, which I think people don't realize how intelligent he is. But yeah, it's got one of the best minds I've ever met for wrestling, and he helps me out a lot too. Also, New Wave Wrestling, I feel like I shout them out as well.
Yeah, New Wave have been on fire. New Wave have been.
When I'm in the UK, I don't think there's a better training school in the country than New Wave, or in Europe. Head coach is Wild Ball, Mike Hitchman. He's a fantastic wrestler. Another wrestler who arguably doesn't get as much appreciation as he deserves. You got the Stoke, Flash Morgan Webster. Cardiff, that's more of a new school of Mark Andrews. I haven't been there yet, but I know it would be great as well.
Yeah. The talent that come out of it, like New Wave, both Midlands and Wales, like you just look at the talent coming out of those schools, and your help is based on that. It's incredible.
The standard at New Wave is incredible. I feel like sometimes the wrestlers there haven't got the exposure, aren't as known. But they're just as good as so many wrestlers who are wrestling everywhere. And I think sometimes bigger names come to just have a training session at New Wave, and they're shocked by, maybe not shocked, but they weren't expecting people that aren't wrestling on the top shows to be as good as they are. It's almost like a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like New Wave, it's definitely worth going to a New Wave wrestling show, because you get to see them, wrestlers coming through, wrestlers who are experienced, not as experienced, but standards very, very high.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, absolutely. And you have been smashing it. So big up to everyone who works both schools. Like, it's incredible. It really is. It really is. And I appreciate the time you've taken with the chat to me, Dereiss. We've got one final feature here before I let you go, if that's cool. This is more of a quick fire feature. And this is about you. This is called Anatomy of a Pro Wrestler. It's basically what makes you you. So again, I'll pitch you some questions. You let me know what comes to mind. So the first one is what is your favorite post pinfall pig out?
Oh, in the UK, it's just I do this like McDonald's, but in America, I love a Waffle House.
Yes.
Or what's that other one? A Whataburger, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is it Whataburger? I see it.
Yeah.
What's House or Whataburger?
Nice.
UK, just like a traditional McDonald's.
Where do you go Waffle House? What's your order?
Ah, that's someone else's gimmick. Nah, you know what? I met him in Vegas actually, Malcolm. It's real, real cool. He wouldn't mind. I'll tell you what I get. But I like chocolate milk. There's fucking milk take, but it's American chocolate milk, so I love that every single time. I'll get a waffle with like some eggs and bacon. They have their weird like American pounds and stuff. Yeah. Well, it's basically eggs and bacon and stuff. And then I have this like steak. It's like steak sandwich.
Nice.
It's like steak and onions and all stuff. But yeah, that's what I get. I have to look at the menu and point at it. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But yeah, that's what I normally get. I don't always get the waffle with it, only if I'm really, really hungry. But always just sandwich and the chocolate milk.
No, I love it. It's a good order. It sounds good. But yeah, I think over here, McDonald's is the classic, isn't it? I think that's like the only thing open when the show finishes.
Yeah, it's when the show's finished. Like if it's a late show, McDonald's is probably the only thing open.
No, that's fair. That's fair. The next one is they're not all food based, just the first two. But the next one is what would be your classic like death row last meal?
Oh, I love food too much. I don't know. I don't honestly love food. It changes week to week.
You did it all. If it's your last meal, you can get everything.
I'd definitely have a Victoria sponge. Right. That would be there somewhere.
That is a good cake choice. It's a solid cake choice.
But I'd probably have Sunset Burger from Nando's.
Nice.
I'd have curry mutton and rice, which is a Caribbean dish. I'd also have some butter chicken, Indian.
Yeah.
With a keema naan. And I've Mr. Kipling angel slices as well.
Nice, I love it. Then all
I thought fudge cake with custard. This was a big topic of discussion the other day about custard. Apparently, custard's old now. Is what I've been being told.
Well, custard's great. What are you on about?
It was Charlie Evans, Atsu, Kid Like Us, and within Weatherspoons, and Mira maybe, I'm not sure. Within Weatherspoons, and all the desserts with ice cream and not custard. And I was like, that's a disgrace. When chocolate fudge cake, it needs to be with custard, not with ice cream. But yeah, so I'd have chocolate fudge cake with ice cream.
See, I get you there. I get you. I'll say this. I think if the cake is cold, then ice cream is fine. If the cake's hot, then it's got to be custard.
Yeah, I like to keep the temperatures the same.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I did have it with ice cream, but it was still good.
You were still wishing it was just a bit of custard.
Yeah, I wish it was custard, but it still tasted good.
When you said you were having the discussion, does that mean that everyone else, like Charlie and like us and that lot, they were disagreeing? They thought it should be ice cream.
Oh, I can't remember who was on what side, but we were split in half.
Is it? We're gonna put this. This is gonna be a clip that's out on social media. We're gonna get a poll going again. This is gonna be: do you have custard or icy with your dessert?
Yes, custard deserves with a hot cake. Hot cake should be with custard.
Yes,
it shouldn't be mixing hot and cold.
Exactly.
It's like, not Katy Perry. You should know hot and cold. Right, you want hot and cold and cold.
Yes, exactly. No, I respect that. That is exactly how it should be. That's exactly how it should be. Love it. The next one is, this is a tough one for you because I feel like it's an obvious choice, but what's the song that gets you the most hyped?
The song that gets me the most hype? Oh, there's a lot. I listen to music all the time, but I think Stormzy feat Chasing Status, Backbone. That's a good one. A very good one.
I thought you were going to say your song for a second. I thought you were going to say your...
But you know what? It actually does, because when I do shows, when I don't come out spitting bars, I do kind of feel like a little bit not ready to go. So it actually does heighten the up, especially when the crowd are getting into it as well. It's like a warm-up as well.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that promo video you did explaining it was incredible. Like, I've never seen a promo where someone explains their entrance before, but it was wonderful.
And yeah, it was my idea for ages, that was, but I just was trying to time it right when the best time would be to release something like that, and I felt like it was the right time. Was it about 2 months ago now?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, just before Strong Start, wasn't it? It was like...
Yeah, Grapson Film, man. Grapson Film is the best in the business, I think. Like, yeah, absolutely good at what he does.
No, for sure. I love it. The next one is what is the movie that you show the locker room?
Everyone knows this one. Cool Runnings, because I love Cool Runnings, and the main character is also called Dereiss, so I used to like...
Oh my God, I didn't even click that. I haven't seen Cool Runnings in like probably a decade.
But yeah, so that's my favorite film for a very, very long time, until Spider-Man No Way Home came out. And I was like, okay. I think that's probably my favorite film now. But I love Marvel, I do. Me and Kid Like Us too always go watch Marvel together when the show comes out.
No, I love that. It's good to know. It's good to know you always got like a movie buddy there ready.
Yeah, but I'd say it's a movie buddy. He used to be in the movie buddy, but he snakes me. That's Strong Soul, actually. Kid Like Us 2, yeah. This should be a clip. Kid Like Us 2, you're a snake.
What happened?
I text Kid Like Us 2, and I was like, Thunderbolts is out this weekend. Should we watch it after day one? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. I really want to watch it. But because we watched the new Captain America before Progress in Manchester as well. I was like, cool. We end up getting 4 post-show Nando's together. It feels more of the other boys. And then Joe started planting seeds like, maybe we can't get Thunderbolts today. It's basically, long story short, he bailed on me. Little snake. Oh, boy. Me and Kid Like Us 2 have got beef.
When that's the next beef. That's it. This is a whole story around your next feud. This is it.
So I watched it without him. No.
That's outrageous. To leave you in the dark like that in the cinema all on your own. That's outrageous.
So I didn't watch it at Strong Style Weekend. I stayed hanging out with other boys, to be fair.
Yeah.
When I watched it this week,
it wasn't the same.
No, it's Monday now. I watched it last week.
But it doesn't hit the same when you're on your own. You're gonna have your movie buddy there.
No, I did go another movie buddy. I've replaced him.
Okay. Well, exactly. That's all right. And he's been replaced. It's all right. It's in the past now. It's all hot. No more movies together. That's it. Love it. What's the next? The next one's a bit of a throwback because it's what was your first job?
First job, housekeeping. I think that's my first one. Housekeeping at a hospital. Unless you count work experience.
No, one can. Let's say the housekeeping. Yeah. Work experience doesn't count fully.
That's housekeeping at a hospital.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Well, when I found out that Kenny Omega was the cleaner, I was pissed. That's like, gotta be my gimmick, man.
He's not having experience. That's me. I
know, man. I know that, man. I'll be the housekeeper.
Yeah. What a tag team, the cleaner and the housekeeper. Incredible.
Yeah, man.
Let's get this tag set up. Amazing. The next one gets a little deep. Says, what is your greatest fear?
The greatest fear. You know what? I want to say some. Actually, yes. I'll say a fear. I hate flying. I fly all the time. So every booking that's not in the UK or not in England, I'm facing a fear every time.
Mate, a big up.
I hate it every time. But also water. I'm not a big fan of deep water.
No,
I like washing my hands.
No.
But like the sea.
Yeah.
So when I'm in a plane flying over the sea, head lost.
Worst of both worlds. Yeah.
I got for Endgame on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, got to keep distracted. I get that though. I get that, and it's good that you're facing your fear. I think like it pushes you to do that, doesn't it? Because you know you can't miss those opportunities.
No, I just have to.
Yeah. No, I love it. Big up to you for that. The next one is what is your favorite animal?
I like a cat.
Yeah.
I do.
Keep it simple.
I was like, because I could say like a tiger and they're cool, but I've never stroked a tiger. So I'm a cat person. I might get some hate for this. I prefer cats over dogs, so I do.
It is very split. We've had people say cats and dogs. I think it's very split. Like, it is a very, not divisive, but it is always a split down the middle of cats or dogs.
I like Cat because they're more chilled out. We just get on late next year, but then a lot of dolls start jumping up here. Oh yeah, a new trainers, a new tracksuit, or new trousers, and start jumping up the trousers. I'm like, come on,
like, nah, come on.
Especially when it's like someone else's house and someone else's dog, and I gotta be really polite.
Yeah, you can't be like, just push it away because you got to be a bit polite.
Yeah. I have to entertain it for a little bit, and they'll be like, all right, that's enough.
No, I get that. The next one is, what is your favorite place in the world?
I don't know, I've never thought of a question like this before. My favorite place.
It can be like anywhere though. Like it can be like big or small. Like we've had people say countries. Like we had Scotty Rourke on, and he said it was in bed. So like, it can be like.
What a lazy bastard. That's good. We got Sky as well. Sorry, I love you too. He won't watch this anyway.
He will now. We'll make sure.
Yeah. If I start burying Michael Oku, he will definitely start watching it. Can't believe Mike was ever an answer for anything. But anyway,
That's impressive.
I know. Oh, I like being in a wrestling ring because she's such a lame answer. But I do love going to training. Yeah. Like I'm a guy who prefers training. Actually, this might lose me some work. I prefer training to training people. But I do love training people. I just love training and learning how to wrestle. But also I love Villa Park as well.
Yeah.
I'm liking the Champions League. It's a great place.
Fair play to you. Last couple of seasons especially, Villa Park has been a place to be. I mean,
it's a great place.
I don't like it because I'm a Brighton fan. And every time we go to Villa Park, you absolutely thump us, and I hate it. But
yeah, I think it was like 3-0 last time.
It was like 3-0. Like I feel like 2 seasons ago you beat us 6-1 there. It was like, it's ridiculous. I feel like you've beaten us 4-0 there at a certain point. Like it's been, and then you cost us the championship title like 7 years ago when we were going to win the championship, and you cost us that. It's outrageous. So I hate it.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's all right. I hate going to Villa Park, but yeah, fair play to you. You guys, like Unai Emery's done a hell of a job.
I say I love Birmingham as well, because it is my gimmick, right? But it is real.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much to do in Birmingham. People sometimes are like, there's nothing to do in Birmingham. Like, because we've all grown up here. But if you just Google, there's so much random stuff you can just do. And I like doing random things I do. So, yeah, Birmingham, Huddersfield, I went uni in Huddersfield as well.
Yeah. Great places. Some underrated places as well. Like you say,
Orlando. I love Orlando. I love Los Angeles as well.
Well, there you go. One of those two could be the answer for the final one, because it's what's your dream holiday destination?
Dream holiday? No, I don't. I've been LA and Orlando loads of times, so it's not really holiday because I'm always training and stuff, and Spud's not letting me eat cake. So.
That's the biggest one that should come out of all of this. Just Spud just doesn't let you eat cake when you're out there training.
Yeah, man, he tells me off. But I want to go to like Australia, sort of the world. I've never been there.
Nice. I think that's a good one. We got to make that a working holiday as well, though. Dereiss and PWA. Come on,
man. Yeah, there's some wicked Australian wrestlers which I've only learned about since Vegas.
Yeah,
because I was with Lena Cross and Frankie B, and then I can't remember who told me about the black backslide girls. So yeah, I can't remember what show it was, but then the entrance was wicked.
Oh,
I'm a big backslide girls fan now.
Yes, Dereiss and the backslide girls collab would be insane.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Oh, we need that. And I mean, like, again, while she's over here, Chev's has got that lovely PWA title on her as well. Like,
oh yeah, I've been spending a lot of time with Chev's recently, but she's been hiding that title because I think she's scared.
I mean, she would be though. She should be, right? You're the Super Strong Star winner. She can't be like.
You know what? We could bait her out. I reckon if we say the right things. But like, yeah, Chev, she's scared. She knows if she'd fight me, she wouldn't stand a chance because she's small and tiny. No. You must make a really B3 about me. You can quit off there.
No more.
No, Chev's a great wrestler.
Yeah, Chev, I'm sorry. I love
the human. So sorry. Nah, she's a lovely girl. And it was great spending so much time with her and the rest of the guys at Bardcore this weekend.
No, big up champs for sure. Well, that's a brilliant way. That's a brilliant way to nearly end the podcast. Dereiss, I've only got one more question for you before I let you go, but it's not a question that I've thought of because we have a closing feature here where our last guest leaves the question for our next guest, but they have no context to who they're leaving it for. My last guest didn't know they were leaving this question for you. You're not allowed to know who left you the question. It's all.
I can't know who it was.
You're not allowed to know who it was. It's all very out of context, and you're not even going to be able to guess who it was based on this. I guarantee you, because it's possibly the most random question we've ever had.
Did they know they was asking it for me?
No.
Oh no.
So this is very random. This is the most random question I think I've ever asked. So the question you've been left is if you woke up in a mental asylum and Ryan Thomas from Matchbox 20 was standing over you, what's the first thing you would say to him?
Who is Ryan Thomas from Matchbox 20? I was like, who the fuck are you? I don't know who that is.
He's a singer. The Matchbox 20 are a band. He's a singer. It's I know from this person because I had to ask it to be explained as well. It's a reference from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Was that person in Philadelphia last year?
That person, I don't know exactly, but I guarantee you the person who asked this would have been in Philly last year. Yeah, I'm fairly sure.
Well, you know what? I think that if I know who this person is, I don't know who it is, but they're probably the worst music taste because I don't know what this was. But so I don't know who it is, so I'll just say, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fairly fair.
I'll say, get out.
That's exactly what I would say as well, because I wouldn't know who it is either. So I think that's totally fair. I love it. I like it. Well, I'll get your question for our next guest once we stop recording. But that brings us to the end of recording the podcast. Dereiss, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Dude, I'm glad. That means a lot. Thank you. And congratulations for everything you've had going on recently. And like for the last couple of years as well, you've been absolutely killing it. And it's genuinely wonderful to see. You've been smashing it, mate. Congratulations.
No, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. And can't wait to see what the rest of the year has in store for you. But that brings us to the end of recording and our closing, which is always the same. We always give our guests the final word. So if anyone sees you on a match card, on a poster, on a show near them, in the UK, in the US, anywhere in the world, if anyone comes to see a show, a man like Dereiss is on the card, why is man like Dereiss going to steal the show?
Because I'm here to have a party every time I step foot in the ring, right from the entrance, right to when I go back through the curtain. I want everything I do to be energetic, exciting, whether that's moves, comedy, wherever it is. I want to do everything I do to the best of my ability.